friends, welcome to your ReFresh lesson for March, Healthy Food, Healthy Environment. Today, we're going to take a look at gardens. So what is a garden? A garden can be lots of things, small or large, in a container, a raised bed, or in the ground, indoors or outdoors. It can grow flowers, food, or any other plants. Today, we'll focus on gardening as a way to produce or make some of our own food. So what's so great about gardening? Why should we consider it? One reason is to save money. We can grow our own healthy food that we don't need to purchase. We will need to spend some money to purchase materials for our garden. The money spent on starting a garden will still be cheaper in the end with the abundance of fruits and vegetables that we will get from it. For example, if we buy one packet of broccoli seeds for $3, it would be more expensive than if we bought one broccoli head for $2. However, our packet of broccoli seeds for $3 has 150 seeds. That means that it could make up to 150 heads of broccoli or more. So let's do some math. If we bought 150 broccoli heads for $2 each, that would be $2 times 150. That's $300. I think our $3 seeds win out in the end. In addition to saving money, gardening is also a great way to calm our minds. And we can have some fun and move our bodies. Let's take a look at some ways that we can move our bodies in the garden and venture out to our pretend garden. Our garden today is outside, so let's get a few quick stretches in, put on our gloves, and take a quick walk to check it out. Oh dear, it looks like we've neglected our garden for a while, so we'll have to get rid of some of these weeds and plants that we don't want. Bend down low to pull up those stubborn weeds, and pull hard. Now that we've gotten those weeds out of the way, we're going to add some mulch to keep them from coming back. Use your rake to spread the mulch across the garden. Now that looks much better. Let's take off our gloves and walk back inside. Let's turn our attention back to what's so great about gardening. In one of our previous lessons, we talked about the process required for our food to get from the farm to our house. If you have your own garden, that distance will only be as far away as your garden. Both gardens and farmers markets are great places to get foods that are grown close to our home. These foods are often extra tasty because they are picked when they taste their best, at their peak of ripeness. We help more than just our bodies when we have a garden. You can help the environment too. When our foods are grown close to home, they don't require any gas or fossil fuels to ship them long distances. They also don't require any special packages to keep them safe on their journey to our house. Just don't trip. We also get to choose the way our garden grows. We can carefully select plants and nutrients like compost to help our garden grow, and we can limit our use of pesticides and fertilizers, which may impact rivers and streams nearby. Now let's get to one of the most important parts of gardening. How do we grow these plants that produce or make food? We'll start with the basics. Growing food starts with seeds. We can't do much with just seeds, though. What else do we need to help these seeds grow? Seeds need soil, sunlight, and water to grow, along with space. Each plant will have its own preferences for what kind of soil and how much sunlight and water it needs to grow. Kind of like people. We all need different things to help us thrive. Speaking of thriving, our plants can thrive in a variety of places. We can plant our garden in the ground, in pots, or in containers in your windowsill. You can even reuse all kinds of containers for your plants. Just make sure their roots have enough space to grow and that extra water can drain out of the bottom. Now that we know what our seeds need to grow, let's follow along on the journey of a seed to a plant with plant yoga, courtesy of our friends at the Washington Youth Garden.
Let's first start in a seat position. We need to crouch down low and curl into a ball like a small seed nestled in the soil. Then, the gardener waters us. Let's soak up some water. After that, our roots will grow deeper down into the ground. We are growing a stem out of the ground, up reaching the sky real tall. Let's stretch our stem real tall. Bend to the right, bend to the left. Let's do that one more time. Now, let's grow a leaf. And another one. The sun helps us use our leaves to make food for our plant through photosynthesis. How beautiful! We are growing a flower that blooms and looks for the sun. Once our flower has been pollinated, it turns into a fruit. Inside our fruits, there are more seeds. And as the birds nibble at our fruit and drop the seeds to the ground, the whole process starts once again.
Now that we're all stretched out, let's have a little fun with our seeds. There are many seeds that we already have at home, some that we eat, like beans or peas, and some that are inside of the foods that we eat, like apples, oranges, avocados, or squash. We can sprout these seeds using a few materials from around the house. If you'd like to follow along at home, you will need some seeds, a plastic sandwich bag, a paper towel, some water, and a marker. We'll start by labeling each plastic bag with the name of the seed and the date that we started them. Then, wet your paper towel and wring out any excess water. We need enough water for our seeds, but we don't want them to be floating. Now let's place our seeds in their paper towel sleeping bag and fold over the paper towel. Place your paper towel in the bag with the folded side at the bottom and place your bag in a warm spot. This could be in a window or on top of your refrigerator. And then we wait. You can see that we put our seeds in a warm spot because we see the condensation that's formed on the bag. Let's take a look inside to see if we've made any progress. Not much going on here. I think we need a few more days. After a few more days, you can see that our seeds are starting to get some roots, and soon after, some leaves. Here's a closer look at our pinto beans that we sprouted. Now we can put them in the soil to see how much further they grow. Let's watch them grow. Gardens are a great source of healthy food, fresh air, and exercise. By understanding how plants form from tiny seeds into productive plants, we can start experimenting with growing some of our own food. Happy gardening!